Alright, hi everyone, my name is Joey V, welcoming you back to another Lunatic Jedi production. And this is once again the Banner Saga. I believe we are up to part 8. Shit. It's fucking nuts. Up to part 8. What has been going on thus far? The Mender that we have, Ivan demands that we go to a certain town, leaving behind the Varl, who are likely to get slaughtered. And in the process of that, we had a really rough time last time. We got beat up quite a bit. We're out of supplies. We have most of our people are starting to starve. Morale is low. We don't have enough renown to get new supplies or upgrade our characters. We just don't have enough of anything. And we're doing okay, but it's definitely getting hard. And it's definitely a part of the game where I'm starting to think, like, did I do enough during the game? Like, there's all these items that you could be buying, and I don't have enough renown to, like, have them. And they never seem to be enough. Like, they don't seem like they will make a big enough difference. Like, I'd rather have stats or supplies. So it's a very difficult part of the game, but we're just gonna keep chugging along and see what happens. Yeah. Arak is in chat. Yeah, this game is bleak, and that's what I had read. I had read that it is a very solid tactics game that has like just enough variety to keep you coming back, and that the story is bleak. The story is very bleak, and I don't see how this gets better. So, with that being said, let's head on into the game. Alright, that looks about right. And, alright. Arak believes me. That's good. That makes one of us. So I have 6 renown, and if I go to the market, there's nothing. There is nothing to be had. I can get this bullshit. You know, I could do that. It seems kind of silly. I could rest with my no supplies and keep morale super low. I've got some people out for the next couple days, which kind of sucks, but I can't really promote any of these people. You need to stop. Yeah, you need to stop wearing that. Because that is awful. Yeah, I'm just gonna... The summer comes and everyone throws up their hands and eats the turnips and mead. Yeah, that'd be a great ending. I'm just gonna leave. I'm just gonna continue our slow march to Alright, so yeah, we're just losing people left and right. It does look pretty now. It looks less bleak here, at least. A gaunt man and woman approach the caravan, hands held high. A word, friends, the man says. We are poor farmers, down on our luck. The woman hits him and says, we're outlaws, plain and simple. 10 of us, and we'll help you in a fight for some food up front. What are your crimes? Misunderstandings, the man says. Mead houses are confusing. Never know when you've drank your share. The woman hits him again and says, we've stolen, killed a few. Join us, but you'll be watched. The 2 quickly shuffle to the supply wagon as 8 more bandits march in the wilderness. They gorge themselves on salted fish and cheese, taking time to thank everyone. After eating, they politely keep to themselves. We got 10 fighters. Woo! We're gonna lose some 10 fighters. Alright, so somehow I imagine that in a shifty Russian accent. Shady. Everyone's shady. Everyone's shady in this game. Made it to another Godstone. just love how, like, Ivor's just one arm, just fucking ready to go. The Godstone for Ingrid, goddess of knowledge, looks on as the caravan takes a much-needed rest. Ivor shoos some children away from a solitary dredge slinger lying dead beneath the stone. Should we be worried about that, you ask Ivor, pointing to the dredge body. I don't think so, he replies. Still couldn't hurt to have a few guards look around. Hours pass them. Inspect the Godstone. Ingrid's Godstone is carved with ancient runes which don't make much sense to you, though Eyvind tells you some of the Menders have deciphered them. It's how the Menders learned the language of the gods. Past the largest stone, a long series of slabs contain more writing all the way down the hill. The odd thing, he tells you, is that the writing occasionally changes, depending on who is reading it. Usually it describes the history of the gods, but it can be about nearly any topic. Sadly, Eyvind doesn't know how to read it himself. Juno could, he says. As ready to depart, you hear screams from near the main Godstone. Same boys, so curious about the dead dredge before, are shrieking and pointing. For a moment, you think it must not have been dead. Then you see that they have opened a wrapping that was in the dredge's hands. Wait, says Ivor, his arms across your chest. This shouldn't be seen. Get everyone away. A chill sweeps over you. Alette pushes past and gasps. Stop, shouts Ivor. The curious onlookers have already seen it. Ivor, leave it. On the ground before the dead slinger is a small, stony figure, its hand searching for something it can't find. That's a baby. That dredge is a woman? We've been killing women. We've been slaughtering women and children this whole time? Leaving them to die? In a war, it's only the males who fight. We've been fighting these dredge the whole way. Why are women and children on their backs attacking us? They're not invading. They're running. Everyone stops dead in their tracks. The entire caravan is gathered around, aghast. When I spoke to Juno, she told me something was coming. She didn't know what. A darkness. Something black is covering the world, and the dredge are running from it just as we're running from them. The serpent, the quake. It's all the beginning of the end. Ivor, you knew? Why? Why didn't you say something? Arak says, that is not good. That's kind of sad. War is war, but man. Ivor. When I was young, I killed one of the Sunder during the Second Great War. Let's call it rays. Every time we would build our defenses, it would flatten them and push us back again. I became separated from the rest of the Varl and stumbled upon Rays deep in a snowstorm, alone. She was nursing. I threw my axe, it twisted in the wind. Her son died in her arms. She was so pathetic, kneeling in the snow. She didn't even try to stop me when I took her head. That's how I killed the Sunder. When I found my way to Grofheim, the Varl wanted to make me Kender, next to be king. I left. Walked until I ended up in Skogar. Wow, that's super sad. Where no one knew what I had done. The only sound is the wind blowing through the trees. Wow. So that's Ivor's story. He killed a dredge woman and child. For a long time, nobody says a thing until a child breaks the silence. What do we do with the baby, she asks. A lump forms in your throat, looking at the small obsidian creature screaming before you. I say we take it. You argue strongly for showing mercy and humanity. Some of the women in the caravan hesitantly agree to take in the dredge infant, while others are furious about bringing it along. Not long afterward, one of the women comes to you. Its swaddling was being held by this, she says, giving you a hairpin that looks distinctly undredge-like. An inspection of the silver almost slips your notice. Persevere. From the goddess herself, if you ask, the woman tells you. Well, even if it grew up quickly, you know? Wow. That is, that's heavy. It's nuts that, like, the dredge just look like monsters. They just look like people carved out of stone. You don't even think that they would have means to reproduce or anything. Ugh, I wish I had supplies. The only thing I could say is that we're not losing a ton of people over time. This is... Ugh. I just... Ugh. Come on. Several women are talking expressively at the young girl found nearly frozen to death, now called Akfrosta. The quiet child's face expresses quiet terror, aggressively jabbing at the dirt with a stick, with which he clearly used to draw the ground. Ark says, yeah, but I was just thinking in a threat to the caravan. I wonder who the dredge really are. Makes me assume that there's something more to the story than we've been led to believe. Absolutely. There absolutely has to be something else. Something that, like, over the long periods of time has kind of just been lost. Well, they had talked about it in the previous episode of how Man and Varl were fighting each other. And the gods created the dredge to give them like a reason to unite. So, which is one kind of fucked up, because if that's the only reason the dredge have been created. Oof. All right, I'm going to study these drawings. The markings are somewhat intricate. The squares and circles could be wagons, including a depiction of yaks in front. A line from the yaks leads to a deeper gouges where Akfrosta has jabbed the stick repeatedly. Depending on how you look at it, though. I'm going to try to talk to her. You're safe, Akfrosta, you say, looking into the girl's blue eyes. She calms a bit before stepping towards you. Using her stick to point at the deep gouges in the ground she previously made, she whispers, edgy, edgy, edgy. Doesn't mean anything to you, but you feel like you've connected with her a little bit. So yeah, I mean, if the dredge have been around for tens of thousands of years, and they were only created as a means to bring two other races together, like, those races, like the dredge never really had a chance to be a race, really. The once
calm lake surrounding it now looks like a bowl that has been flipped. Proud.
So I guess over those years, the dredge have like tried to create a society.
What has the rest of the world become on the other side of those mountains?
Alright, well, we made it to civilization. Yeah, Auroch says, no kidding, they're like extremely oppressed, and no one ever said they were just stupid and mindless. Oh, yeah, like that's nuts. Like, yeah, if they were just stupid and mindless, you'd be like, okay, well, like whatever, they're just monsters. But it's like, no, like this is like a fully fledged race. Like, oof, crazy. One catastrophe to another, says Olaf, as you pull into Sirgholm. The town appears to be sinking into the lake. Townspeople peek from dark windows and makeshift hovels further up the hill. No, says Ivan, looking frantic. Where is she? He runs to the front of the caravan, looking out over the water. Juno isn't here, and you get the creeping feeling you're not welcome either. Going upriver looks out of the question. The beach is bare, aside from the occasional skeleton of a ruined fishing boat. You reluctantly set up camp in the sinking town. All I'm saying is, how long are you willing to wait? While taking Saga caravan, you're inadvertently walked into a debate between Olaf and Ivan. As long as we need to. And I think we need to get out of here. I don't feel good about this place. Why? What's wrong? Something doesn't feel right. The people here are staring at us like those vultures in the wastes. I'm sorry, Ivan. I think Olaf's right. I saw a man. The whole time we were setting up, he was just watching me. In a creepy way. And how long before the dredge find us here? Juno will come. Just give it a little more time. Rook, listen to me. I need you to trust me on this. Great. More fucking terrible decisions for me to make. Alright. That's it? Alright, great. 2 days worth. Fucking shit. 2 days worth of supplies, yay. You're really worried about her, aren't you? What? Oh, Juno. Worried doesn't begin to describe it. If she doesn't find us here, or something has happened to her, are you sure what you saw was real? It could have been a dream, or, I don't know. You were pretty exhausted. Auroch says you need Mikey for... I always need Mikey for terrible decisions. I don't know. To be honest, I'm not sure anymore. Everything is a blur. Don't tell the others I said that. I have to hope it wasn't just a dream. What's it like to be a Mender? Being a Mender? I guess never really thought about it like that. It's just part of me. They knew very young that I would join the Order. Born into it, you could say. My mother and father, both Menders. The guild is for lots of people now. Builders and healers. Do they all pull lightning out of the sky? No, that's not normal. It's one of the reasons I know Juno. She's one of the council. She helps me control things like this, so we don't end up scaring people. Well, how exactly does weaving work anyway? Well, the hardest part is usually seeing the threads. Everything is part of the tapestry. It's made of threads woven together. If you can see the threads, you can manipulate them. I don't know how to explain it really. It's like trying to play a harp with invisible strings. Look at my staff, for example. Some menders carve intricate patterns into the wood that help them remember the shapes of... Like I said, hard to explain. I know, Auroch, supplies. We got 2 days worth of supplies. Why is Bellower still following us? I saw Grofheim as it burned. Ivan gets a faraway look in his eyes. The thunder blew through it like a tempest. The Varl fell in the thousands. Most of the thunder left the city and headed south. Who knows where they are now? They might be destroying every town they come to, or heading towards Aberrang. Bellower stayed in Grofheim, just for the sport of it, I think. As we fled to Aeronoft, I thought he might want to wipe the Varl off the map completely, but then he came after us. Maybe he knew Ivor was the one who killed Reyes. Maybe, but let's just make sure he doesn't catch up. Do you think this is the end times? I don't want to think. I don't know what to think. I wish I could give you a better answer. Even if we escape the dredge, that serpent said that darkness was covering the world. I don't know how long that will take, or what it means, even. I'm just trying to solve one problem at a time. The Menders are in Aberrang. If we can find ships and make it to the capital, we might have a chance. No, it's okay, Rook. I appreciate the talk. It's good to stay grounded. I spend all day worrying about serpents or sunder. I think a lot of people are intimidated or scared, maybe, of me. Don't worry, it's nothing new. I'm used to it. Maybe sometime we could talk about things that don't include the world ending. A scuffle has broken out in front of the houses. Thief! Shouts one of your people as a group of strangers flee from your camp. A leaf is already running in their direction. They took our supplies, you hear from nearby. Try to talk it out with the locals. Wander onto a beach where some men have been waiting for you. Some terse words are exchanged about whether anything had been stolen or not. You don't see who draws the first weapon, but it stops the conversation cold. Alright, let's fight. I'm gonna fuck you up. How about that? Fuckers. I know, we just got supplies and they're already fucking taking it. We bought it from you, assholes. This shouldn't be so bad. Loki. Loki, relax. These fuckers. Yeah, deal with it, assholes. Oh no, we have to walk really far to get there. Assholes. How far can I shoot that? Actually. I'm actually going to... I'm actually going to put these... Let's put it here. Yeah, I don't know how loud it is on the stream. I would assume that it's just kind of like a faint thing, but yeah, he's all riled up. Actually, I'm gonna move there. I'm gonna do this, and I will attack for 4. I'm going to do this. It's going to cost me all of my willpower, but I'm going to kill you and get a willpower back. So worth it. And these guys are just so out of position. That's fucking great. Alright, I'm just going to go here. And let's do, let's just do 2. Let's take it slow. I'm not overly concerned right now, just because I did that. And I'm going to do that. Alright, I'm just going to kill this guy. Morning, Elklin. Good to see you. Hope everything is going well for you. No. We're just, living in this bleak ass world. Do this. Stone wall. Stone wall for that. Alright, so now we play the game where we have to... Oh, well, I'm glad to hear that you're feeling a little bit better. I mean, an annoying cough is an annoying cough. Katie has that too right now. She's pretty pissed about it. Ooh, you got 3DS. Excellent. Have fun with that. Alright, you're getting beat up, which I don't like. Alright, you've got enough willpower, so we should... Ooh, Bravely Default. Very fun. put this one... You know what? I'm not even going to do that. I'm just going to end my turn. I just want her to get back just a little bit. Alright, so we're doing okay. I'm going to do 3 damage to them. Do 4 damage to her. So I'm just going to do this, and I'm going to do a shit ton of damage to the shield so that next time I do more. Get away from her. Jesus Christ. Alright. I'm just gonna try and do armor damage. She's probably gonna fall. But that's okay. Get away from her, you fucking shit. So I can do 3, I can do 5, I can do 5. Come on, really? Fine. Dick. Fine. Someone has to go down. Orak says, I wonder if Akros will become a fighter later. I don't think she will. I think we're kind of... I think we're not in a great spot yet. I think she'll become a story beat, but I don't think that she'll become like a fighter per se. The other thing that should be interesting. Who's next? Just trying to figure out. I can pretty much kill everyone here, so I'm gonna. Let's kill him because we're close. What I'm curious about, because the guys who made this, were kind of ex-BioWare guys from Boston. So what I'm curious is that what they might do is they're making this, you make a bunch of decisions and then you do some stuff and then you bring that save into the Menders Saga 2. So like that's where I'm at currently. Like that's what I think is going to happen. Who's next? Rook? We can do 2. So that's where I'm leaning, just because of their kind of their lineage, their heritage. But I don't know if that's for certain. Kill this guy off. Kill this motherfucker. Awesome. Orak says, I wonder when it comes out. I would love to see the continuation someday. I think the Stoic Studios is only like 2 people. At least when I looked on the website. And I think they freelance like the rest of it. I think because they're indie, because they're an indie studio, they kind of get to move. They get to move kind of fast. So I would be super excited for another installment. I think it'll definitely come out. I think this definitely did well enough for them between kind of the critical reception and the Kickstarter and stuff. The thieves scatter pretty quickly when you start laying into them, but when you reach to the caravan, you discover why. Even more supplies and guns. Oh my god. They took all my supplies. Took all my supplies. Random assortment of people from the caravan confront you. Listen, says one. We don't feel safe here. I don't know anything about Menders or whatever, but we're going to leave, and I hope you'll join us. Looks like a couple dozen people, farmers and farmers. I'm going to encourage them to stay. They make it very clear that they're not interested in discussing the issues, shaking their heads and setting out. Without the rest of the caravan ready to go, there's little you can do to stop them. You hope they make it, and that you haven't made a mistake yourself. Alright, now we're just losing people because they're just said, fuck it. Alright. Just going to give ourselves some supplies so we don't lose any more people. Come on, really? I can't stay here this long. Like, this is nuts. Like, people are just dying. I'm just gonna... I'm gonna let this go, and I'm gonna, like, load. I want to see how far this will go. Wow. Nope. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Fuck that. I don't care if he's a mender or not. We're out of here. That is bullshit. Fuck that. It's like, oh god. Alright. We're gonna take that and we are going... We're gonna rest once. Wait, hold on. Yeah, we're gonna leave. Rook, wait, please. Egmervase. She said she'd be here. We need her. You can tell he's terrified of leaving, as though he'd be giving up on her. Alright, hold on. Load. Let's load this. Let's see what happens here. Alright, maybe that was it, so I'm going to leave. Okay, just a little longer. You tell Ivan you'll stick it out a little longer, but you're not certain how long you're willing to wait yourself. Each day lost becomes more precarious. Alright. I don't like that. Oh, well, now it doesn't matter. Alright. I'm sure she'll catch up with us. Ivan looks out across the lake with a 1,000-mile stare. He says nothing. We've got problems, says Ivan. The whole place is flooded. We try to walk the muddy parts, but it's really slow going. We try to float the caravan over the lake, but we might get tipped or get stuck. Or we could just go around the whole thing, but no idea how long that'll take. Oh my god, it's Oregon Trail. We're fording that river. You spend some time rigging the wagons to float on the water, sealing them with tree sap and whatever else you have on hand. The rest of the caravan finds anything they can to float on, small boats or makeshift rafts. Some swim. With a deep breath, you set off from the bank. You do your best to float the various ragtag groups of your caravan across the muddy lake towards Borisgard. Things quickly go bad, between rafts pulling apart or people tipping into the murky water. Eventually you gather everyone up, but you've lost precious time and supplies to the bog. Of course I've lost supplies. Why else wouldn't I? It's fine. We're here. Alright, I mean, I've just come to the conclusion that we're just going to lose people. It's fine. But our morale's up, so whatever that counts for. Till like now or... Alright. Akfrasta, the young girl who joined your caravan after being found nearly frozen, suddenly stands still, refusing to move. She points off to the side of the trail and stares, her eyes full of fear. This again? Remarks one of the cleansing. Show me. She nods and slowly draws a tent. Edge, she says, pointing to the tent, then again off the trail. Your confusion prompts her to draw another symbol on the tent, one you've seen before on dredge armor. Let's ambush. Quietly, you warn the fighters. Here is well founded. Beyond a short ridge lies a large dredge encampment. You have your warriors encircle the camp, breathe deeply, and charge. In the aftermath of the assault, you take stock of your fighters. Nobody lost, and not a dredge left alive. You leave their bodies as a warning to anyone others who follow behind the camp. I get no renown from that? What? We fucked up the dredge. No renown, no supplies. As you're about to head off to sleep for the night, Onef pulls you aside. I have a couple concerns I wanted to speak to you about, he says. In private, you find a quiet place to talk. I'm not being used enough? What's on your mind? How well do you know the people traveling with us? How many strangers are in the caravan now? Who are you worried about? I've been watching folks since I joined you. Your companions from Saga. They're loyal. I mean, it seems pretty clear that they died to protect you. I suppose I'd do the same. What about the Varl? You don't even know half those warriors. You're telling me they have no problem following a man's orders? And everything that happened at Ionoft? They joined us voluntarily. And they might voluntarily put a sword in your gut, too. What happens the first time the Varl don't want to do what you tell them? Let's be honest. They could take this caravan by force at any time if they wanted to. I've got no choice but to trust them. Gotta disagree with that, Rook. We always have a choice. That's not the biggest problem, though. There's a Mender with us. A Mender who pulls lightning out of the sky and tells us what to do and where to go. Myself, I think we lucked out when his mentor didn't show up in Sigerholm. I was just the apprentice? What in the depths is his master capable of? Think about it, Rook. What do you really know about Ivan? I heard they were found practically dead in the middle of nowhere when the dredge started showing up. Then an enormous serpent shows up Aeronoft after tearing the world in half, takes one look at Ivan and bolts. Suddenly they need our help instead of the Mender Council? How does that make any damn sense? Ivan could have taken control long before now. A shrewd man with ambitions can be very patient. I'm grateful for what you've done to get us this far, Rook, but it's always been about trust. I think it's time to part ways, so to speak. Nothing personal. Suddenly you gasp for air. When you look down, Onef is holding a knife. What? You just stabbed me? Your vision blurs and blood fills your sight. You gasp again, then a bird whistle, and the camp becomes a blur of motion. Onus fires from the Frostveil leap into action, cutting people down. Leaf turns to fire on the men. Onef runs her through, pulls the blade from her back without even breaking his stride. She drops like a sack of flour. In one clean motion, his blade then takes Eagle in the throat. Oh my god. Rise to your feet through the pain. Eagle and Olaf are dead. Somehow you find the strength to cleave the nearest traitor in two, but you can't find the breath to shout. You think your lung might be punctured. Won't have clutches. Let's rest amidst the commotion. Tosses her bow aside and pulls her into the deep woods. Her eyes meet yours across the campsite. No, her lips say, though you can't hear the words. Does a man appear between you as Ivor steps into view, as fearsome as you've ever seen him? Shit bar. Well, this is certainly something. We're gonna go with this. It does suck, because I've lost a lot of my good fighters, but holy crap. That's amazing. I did not see that coming either. Oh, that sucks. I know, right? It's like, well, you know, well, to his point, patient man. Let's kill you flat out, you asshole. Oh, get away from my archer, you ass. And for your troubles, get the fuck out, fucker. And what does his mend ability do? It only does armor, which is fucking lame. Arak says, like infighting now, you choose to turn on your own loyal people, and for what? Seriously? Ugh. I know. Once I find that guy, I'm fucking killing him. So he talks about Varl voluntarily putting a sword in you, then stabs you himself. Yeah, like, what the fuck? Like, what I was hoping is that there would be an option of dialogue of being like, dude, really? You want to have this conversation now? The world's gonna end. Like, fucking get over it. Like, let's just fucking calm down. Actually, nope. Not what I wanted. That's alright. I wanted to do the bloody flail, but that's alright. Actually, what do you have? Bird of Prey. Bonus damage to target who have lost armor. The archer is not moved. Let's just try it. I'm curious. Kill her. I could probably kill her next turn. Me too. So let's do that. Nice. Araxis, I thought there would be an option like, well, if you hate the idea so much, you're welcome to leave, but instead stab. I know, right? Like, come on. Alright, who's got low armor? You know what? I'll mend. I'll mend him. There we go. Sweet. No. Nice. Hanging in there. Okay with that. Alright. Kill her. Cause fuck her. They're all buffed up. Kill her because she's annoying the piss out of me. Yeah, you get away from her. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Can I do that? No, I'll hit him. Alright. And you for a lot. Now. Kill this guy. Beautiful. Making some progress. Oh, completely lost their armor? That's not worth it. Alright. Let's just try and make it through. Alright, so these guys are just trying to buff each other, which is fine. But it does mean that I get to just do whatever the fuck I want over here. Now you have no armor. Alright, I'm just trying to get through these guys' armors because it's being pretty annoying. That's fine. Now, damn it. Fuck this lightning. So wait, hold on, actually. Lightning, arc lightning. diagonal. It won't matter if I buff his armor. Alright, I'm not gonna do it. It's just bad mojo. I'm gonna mend his armor and see what happens. Yeah, it wouldn't have mattered. Nope. Actually, I wonder. Oh, fuck that. I should have taken the damage. Son of a bitch. Alright, on the plus side, actually. I can move here. Have enough. I don't have any willpower. Elkwood says this game does seem a little stressful. This is why I found XCOM. Yeah, it's definitely the same. Alright, I just need to kill this guy. This guy's pissing me off. And I need the willpower. Actually, arc lightning. No, cause no, that will hit. Let's hit that guy for 2. Might take him down. It's alright though. Alright, I'm gonna take this guy down. I'm going to arc lightning. Because fuck you. I'm gonna kill you. Yeah, this is definitely tense. And the thing that I've had to get over is that, unlike in XCOM when a guy falls, it is like everything goes to shit. You're just like, you're losing it. You got to go over there. You got to try and res them. You got to do a lot of stuff. In this, like, people will fall. Like, to be fair, they will die in the story when they are supposed to die. Where is Alette? Shouts Ivor, tearing through the nearest bandit, but you've already hobbled into the deep woods where they disappeared, ignoring the battle raging behind you. In haze of pain, you start to think you've lost their tracks, then you hear Alette screaming in the distance, followed by silence. You tear through the trees. In a small clearing, Alette lies with her back against a tree. Her hands with her clothes are covered in blood. She stares vacantly ahead, unblinking. Beside her is the body of Onef. An arrow buried in his right eye is placed there by hand. She looks in your direction and then at Olaf. I killed him, she says. Alette, are you all right? You cringe as much from the pain as the appearance of Alette after her bloody struggle with Onef. No, I'm not hurt. I had no choice. Dad, your chest, you're bleeding. Suddenly, she is at your side, putting pressure on the wound. I can fix this. Where's my needle? Odalef, anyone! Ivor, I found them. Just as your sight goes black, you see Ivan, Ivor, and Alette standing over you. He's going to make it? Your eyes open to the sound of Alette's voice. Normally a wound like that, I only hope I did enough. I'll survive. Dad! Alette stops herself from hugging your bandaged chest, pulling your head to her instead. The words come out easier than you expected. Orlef? It's a good thing Ivan was here. She's going to pull through, though it was a nasty wound. We managed to kill most of those traitorous sons of bitches, and the rest fled into the woods. There were a lot of people I couldn't save. You did everything you could, Ivan. Nobody expects you to raise the dead. Ivan frowns deeply, putting a hand to his forehead. Why did Onef do this, Rook? He was talking to you right before it happened. He'd been planning it all along. I think that much is clear. Echo killed a good half dozen of Onef's men by himself. He told me Onef was running Frostvale the whole time. He left Frostvale behind when he saw a better opportunity. Guess that relationship was over. Echo was always just the barking dog you put in the yard to find out who your enemies are. It was no accident Onef went after those of us from Skagar. He must have thought, with us gone, he'd take the banner and the rest would fall in line. Or at worst, they'd take all the supplies for themselves, there is no supplies, and leave the rest as dredge bait. We have to be more careful. Can't just let anyone join the caravan anymore. No, nothing changes. We're not like him. You're a better person than I, Rook. None of this changes the fact that Belarus is out there somewhere, following us. The swamp around Sigerholm might buy us some time, but we've got to keep moving. Your body aches all over, but Ivor's right. The road calls. The caravan is already starting to pack up camp. Okay. Let's see what Akil has to say for himself. Look who it is, still not dead. How are things, Rook? Can never guess with you, Echo. Heard you helped drive off the traitors when Onef attacked us. And it leaves me always wondering, what's your deal? Not so hard to understand. Why don't you try asking instead of telling? Why didn't you warn us about Onef? Didn't I? How many times did I have to call him a traitor before you got the message? What'd you want me to say? Watch out, Onef's going to murder your whole family? He didn't fill me in on the details. He was always like that. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if he tried to convince you to off me, but listen, I don't need to know. Just keep it to yourself. Why'd you stick with him? I don't know, Rook. Family makes you do weird things. You know what the worst part is? We became kin when he married my sister. She'd have a fever one night. But she didn't. She wasn't sick. He killed her. I don't know why he did it. Maybe he just felt like it. I was so furious. I got so angry that I wanted him to beg. I could kill him without a second thought, but that wasn't enough. I wanted him to feel sick about it. Puke his guts out. And somehow that turned into, over time, he never cared. And I gave up and did what he wanted. Don't know how it happened. When I attacked you in Frostfeller, guess I'll just say it wasn't my idea. You're welcome to stay with us. Had no plans to go anywhere. So you're going to let me walk around with my own axe and everything? That doesn't mean I'm not watching you. I can accept that. You're a good man. You're not the only busy man around here, you know. You shake your head. It's like, what a fucking weird guy. It's like, didn't I tell you? It's like, no, you talk cryptically, you ass. Oh, man. How is the wound? You notice Odalef wince as she rises to greet you. It's doing a lot better. When I saw it happen, I thought for sure, oh well, I'm really glad you would have missed me, Rook? She smiles. Without Ivan, that's all you could have done. Instead, you'll have to put up with my crap a little longer. It still aches like you wouldn't believe, though. Oh, maybe you would. Heard you took a stab in yourself. Guess things could have gone worse. How are you doing? Doing all right. Sometimes it's lonely since my husband died, I guess. I guess I'd say it's more like being alone, even surrounded by all these people. Elkwood says, Eccles' twitching eye is distracting me. Arak, like, yeah, just take me to the side and be like, honest? Like, I don't have enough to worry about, though. Glad to have a let round. And you, Rook. Oh, yeah. You mean, should we start kicking people out? That's a tough one. Usually I'd be the first to give you a dirty look for suggesting it. On the other hand, I got a sword on my back. Well, it thinks for a long moment for a sign. Don't send anyone away. Just make sure nothing happens to Alette. I'll let you get some rest. Okay, thanks. I'll take you up on that. You know, you're welcome to keep me company. I'm a little more awake. I mean, I'll talk to you later. Oh yeah, what's up? Alright, well, we've got some renown, so we might as well fucking use it. Jesus Christ, this dog. Can't promote him. Can I promote him? Nope. I can promote you. Is there anyone else out here that I can promote? Well, not for 5 anymore. Arak says he's right. Yeah. The problem when I wake up this early is that the dog would normally just go to bed, but the dog is now up because I'm up. Like, he's off in the other room, like he's with Katie, like on the bed, but you know, he's on edge. So now it's like anytime he hears anything, it's bark. Roar, roar, roar. See, now he's back off because he's like, oh, it was nothing. Okay, just gotta keep on going, hoping for the best. A trail of blood leads to a clearing where you find a large wounded Varl. He is gnawing on his shield, swearing at no one in particular, and occasionally slamming his cudgel on the ground. Not for the heavy bleeding, you leave this one alone without a second thought. We can help if you want it. In a heartbeat, the Varl is on his feet, swinging his massive weapon. You jump clear as the cudgel smashes through the trunk of a tree. The party scatters to avoid the falling timber. Once you recover, the Varl is long gone, leaving only another trail of blood, which you decide against following this time. Make it somewhere? The villagers here are completely oblivious to the destruction that's coming. All we've seen is some dark figures far off, they tell you. Aside from a few young families, they've been reluctant to pick up their things and join you. Woo, 3 days. Alright. I'm not resting. We're leaving. Get the fuck out of here. I don't care if morale's poor. We got 3 days of food, we're going. The sounds of a skirmish alert you to a Varl surrounded by half a dozen armed fighters. One man spots you and shouts, "Leave us to our business. This Varl killed my father without reason." The Varl is about to respond when a man attacks. The giant swats the blade aside and silently watches for the next time. Let us hear what the Varl has to say. The Varl shrugs as if unconcerned, saying, "This one's father and I had a business deal. He lied. Now he's dead." Lies. Shouts the man. "You murdered him over a lie? You coward?" The men wildly attack the Varl, who deflects them along. I'm going to defend the Varl because I need to fucking fight some more. Ivor, you say. We could use any Varl with a good sword arm, couldn't we? He nods, readying his weapon. Men immediately back off the prospect of fighting your entire army. Sounds good. They watch from a distance, shouting obscenities and something about injustice. The Varl turns towards you. Didn't need the help, but I'm going to travel. But if I'm going to travel, it may as well be in the company of other Varl. Falls in line with the rest. Yeah, I just need the renown. I don't give a shit about him. On the road again. I just can't wait to be on the road again. I'm killing dredge out here with my friends. I just can't wait to be on the road again. Loki, shut up! More supplies missing. The woman by a wagon says to you, "And look, tracks right here. They look like children's footprints. My husband and I followed them into wilderness a ways. Meet up with some adult tracks. No telling how many." Question parents about their children. You quietly make your rounds asking parents about the children's whereabouts. Some give exact details, others are aloof, but no one knows anything about the missing supplies. I'm fucking pissed off about all these fucking supplies. Jesus Christ. Ivor is so loyal. Ivor's the best. Alright, another Godstone. The imposing godstone of Bjorulf approaches. His severe visage makes it feel like he's watching you even now. The caravan spreads out, happy to be free of the confining forest and in open fields. Hogan pulls you aside to show you some red berries growing on an ash tree that looks like it was chopped down long ago. "These shouldn't be growing here," he says excitedly, "and I haven't seen them in a long time." He and Hogan busily go about collecting the berries. In fact, in honor of Bjorf, some of the caravan crack kegs of mead and wine before anyone can stop them. "To the only gods that matter," they shout. Everyone drinks, and you're glad for the merriment that swept over the caravan. Let me... I'm going to collect berries. "What exactly are these?" you ask Hogan. "When I would travel to Bjorsgard with my father, sometimes he'd buy us a few of these," Hogan replies. "Couldn't be a luckier find. See for yourself. You try one and you can feel energy returning to your tired limbs. Not taking a few more would be a wasted opportunity, you figure." As the hour becomes late, the caravan is eventually ready to get back on the road. The day by Bjorf's stone is one of the few moments that you haven't been tarnished by the specter of bad fortune, you think to yourself. I don't need an item, I need supplies. Well, I would trust Hogan because he was a farmer, so they're probably not poisonous. Oh man. Look at town. We're gonna make it after we fucking lose a bunch more people. Up ahead, a scout shouts. Some giant hall, but it's empty. You approach the structure, but recognize none of the markings. The walls seem unsteady at best. Finally, sleeping beneath a roof you overhear. Several frames begin unpacking. Keep everyone back until you're certain it's safe. Several volunteers search the building with weapons drawn. Just as they announce it all clear, a Varl leans against the support, which gives way, and a third of the structure crumbles. Luckily, no one is injured, but you leave the crumbling building behind. Yeah, no shit.
Rainvik is more of a smattering of farmhouses than a proper town. Though judging by stray dredge stalking through empty fields, it is barely even that anymore.
Rainvec comes and goes as a long series of farmhouses, abandoned and crawling with dredge. The farmers have probably already fled to Borisgard. You try to hurry past, but are eventually spotted. Dredge start ambling in your direction. What is that? Points out Odalef. Up near one of the longhouses. In the distance, a large person, clothes seemingly covered in blood, is cursing loudly and stumbling about. He staggers into a longhouse, laughing. The dredge heading your direction turn back, roaring, and begin to pound on the longhouse door. Seem to be holding a grudge against this particular person. Let's rush to help. Guess my better judgment, we should probably do something. The others agree, even though it means putting them all at risk. As you quietly approach, the dredge managed to split to the door and break through. Hey! Shouts a Varl wearing all red, standing on the other side of the dredge. Came all the way up here just for me? He seems unconcerned about the dredge as he hoists his enormous sword. You. And... got all these pretty decent guys now. Let's put Nid in there. I'm just trying to level people up now at this point. Alright, and this will be the last fight I have, because it's 6:45, and I gotta get ready soon. Whoa. That is a significantly larger amount of dredge than I thought. Maybe this wasn't the smartest? Shit. Well, you know what? They're two of the fucking... That's actually not the worst. Do you have Tempest? Oh, you do have Tempest, you glorious fucking bastard. Kill you off. This does look a little tough. That's two. Or this will just be one. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Let's get in the thick of it. Start lowering some of that armor. It's fine. Alright, what can you do? What is your thing? Guts. Knock back all adjacent units up to 2 spaces, doing strength damage. Stop throwing bombs. Alright, what are we doing over here? Doing this, and we're gonna do that. Do 7 damage. I don't have any willpower though. I could theoretically do some damage to it, but I don't have any. And I don't want that bomb to go off in front of me. Nice, deflect. Do this and kill that guy off. Alright, so we're kind of chewing through them a little bit faster now, at least. Ooh, beautiful. Beautiful. That's fine. And you're gonna kill that guy. Congratulations. That's semi-annoying. Actually, no, let's move here. My chat is talking about birds and berries, and I'm just gonna let them have it. Which can I do? 7? Beautiful. Beautiful. Alright, so big guys are down. So just a look. So now all these guys, which isn't the worst. Gonna do that. No, guys, keep talking about berries. It's fine, but I'm not like, I'm not in the conversation just because I'm like, whatever. Like, talk about berries. It's totally cool. Ooh. I'm gonna do this and kill this guy flat out. If you're wondering, if people on the archive are wondering why I'm not talking about what's happening in chat, that is why. They're talking about berries. Can't move that way. Beautiful. It's working out for the dude. He gets a promotion after this. She's not so great. She's gonna back off. Well, that wasn't the smartest. I probably shouldn't have done that, but seemed like such a good idea at the time. Yeah, the fight went pretty smooth. I only lost one, and it was him, but I should have more than enough. It was Ivor, but I should have more than enough time to have him heal up, which will be good. skill is doing some glorious damage. Alright. Ah, fucker. Yeah, it's not great odds. Let's do that. Alright. Yeah, Ivor will heal up in 3 days and he'll be fine. The Echo got some much needed promotion, which will be good. 11 right now. It's pretty good. Yeah, you know what? They didn't have the Dredge didn't have those huge guys, like they only had like kind of defensive guys and slingers. They didn't have the guys that do massive damage, so. Welcome to my mead house. Sigbjorn's House of Mead. Wasn't expecting a Varl this far south. Or this drunk. I can see that. There are people huddled in the corners of the mead hall, looking on with uneasiness. Who are you people? No, they're friends. They made this place. It's not really mine. You lured Dredge back to a room full of unarmed people? What is wrong with you? Come on, I saved everyone in here. They shared some fine drink. The best drink. Wait, I was saving your ass. Remember that part? If you knew you'd come up here, you could have told me. What do we do with this guy? Anyone here is welcome to join us. Townspeople show you a huge stack of barrels filled with quality mead and help you haul them back to the caravan. I'll miss this place. Good memories. Now we're bringing the House of Mead with us. With some help, you gather up the cask of mead and head back to the caravan. Sigbjorn and the other survivors in tow. The caravan gives the boisterous Varl a large berth as you set out for Boyersgard. A house made out of mead, on the other hand, does not sound structurally sound. Absolutely not. Ugh, what did I do? Sigbjorn wakes in a pool of his own sick. Why am I surrounded by small people? The other clansmen let him sleep off his drunken stupor on the ground, and this morning he's paying the price. Let's help him recover. Reluctantly, your clansmen offer any food and drink they can scavenge together for the morning of Varl. When one offers thin mead, he pushes it away. In fact, take this away from me, he says, handing you his massive mead stein. Eventually, Sigbjorn comes to you. I won't get into details. I was supposed to bring those casks from right back to Boyersgard. I drank maybe half by accident. Point is, you don't tell anyone what happened, and I won't tell anyone about the mead you got, okay? Trust me on this one. You agree and get back to travel. I know. If that was an option, I would absolutely throw a bucket of water. A flurry of snowfall seems to come out of nowhere and quickly thickens until you are unable to see the man in front of you. You shout out a complete halt. The screaming winds drown out the sound. A day passes before the blizzard abates and clansmen start to reappear from the snowdrifts. It quickly becomes apparent that not everybody is where you last saw them. A quick search of the area is not enough to recover all the missing clansmen. We have to make a bonfire. It's gonna bring in Dredge, but it's fine. Collect what you can for burning. You shout to everyone. We'll wait for the lost to find our beacon. Unfortunately, there's no significant amount of dry wood, and attempts to get a fire going are unsuccessful. Eventually, you realize that nobody else is coming and return to the trail. Well, that fucking sucks. Unar, the quirky old man with the leather headband, says, if there's one thing I know better than women and meat, it's, well, he smiles. Well, nothing. But I know when a group can use some help. Just nod and let old Unar make everything better. No questions now. appreciate any help. That evening, Unar clears his throat and loudly recites a tale of travelers, ending with war and death behind them, seeking hope instead. They carried on with courage, using heart and head. A strange poem, but the caravan is happy for a change of pace. Unar bows and turns to assist the cooks. The evening meal is larger than ever, yet the supply wagons seem more full than before. Look to thank Unar, but he is gone. He has to be a god.
As we pass steep
Loki,
cliffs,
stop
the
it.
sprawl of Boersgard comes into view. A city of contrasting rich
Leave the
and
cat
poor,
alone.
opportunity
Okay.
and gamble. Our best hope for salvation, or our graves.
All right, and I think this right here is where we're going to call it. Finally, you arrive at Boersgard, where the walls stretch for miles in both directions and are littered with the bodies of Dredge, Varl, and men. "Excuse the mesh!" shouts a voice from above the gates. Looking up, you spy a striking Varl, his face weathered with matted black hair. Movement at the gate catches your eye. Dredge are still banging on the gate doors. Without luck. "Let us in," you shout. Sigmund pushes past. "I won't be hearing the end of this for a while," he says, before yelling, "Open up, Bulwark. They dug me out of Rainovic." You hear a laugh echoing on the wind as the doors creak. 12 armed men, led by the massive Varl, make quick work of the Dredge and usher you into the city. Loki, stop it. You may be interested to know they brought a Mender. You didn't go to get a Mender. Where's the mead? Sigborn shrugs apologetically. "I guess the Mender will do. Either we've got a chance now, or we're completely screwed. I'm Rook. We've come a long ways. Some as far as Skoger. Are you in charge here?" "In charge of the governor, I suppose. Listen, if you have something to tell me, say it now. Otherwise, you're on your own. I don't care where you go, but stirring up trouble is probably the only reason you'll see me again. It won't be to talk. Mender, come along. I'm going to go see the governor." Bolivik and Sigborn leave with Ivan, who goes willingly, signaling that he's fine. Vane. This is just like Frostfeller all over again. This is nothing like Frostfeller. The one in Bearskin is probably leading the Ravens. Ravens? Is that good or bad? Depends on who they're working for. Hopefully it really is the governor and not someone trying to strong-arm their way into his seat. Guess we wait for Ivan to tell us if he comes back. I'm not worried about Ivan. I'm worried about the army of refugees we brought who don't belong here. Probably right. Nobody ever uttered a nice thing about Boersgard. So what now? We have to go to the docks and see what our options are in case we need to leave quickly. Did you know city guards when we came in? What guards? I have a feeling the Ravens are all they've got left. Something serious went down. And when Bellower gets here, he's going to walk right through the place without even breaking his stride. Let's keep this to ourselves for now. So the docks. Loki, leave the cat alone. Alright, I'm going to leave it here. Why is there no place for heroes? Really? There's none? Alright. Alright, well, I'm going to leave it there. Because, yeah. This is a great place to save. And it's about that time for me to log off. So, yeah, what a crazy episode that was. And kind of amazingly, the most dangerous thing in this episode, last episode, the most dangerous thing was the actual battles. In this episode, the most dangerous thing was the dialogue trees. So, who would have guessed? But, you know, we lost some people, but, you know, we're still struggling to keep the caravan alive, but we just gotta keep on going on and hope for the best. Our fighters are doing well on the semi-positive side. Alright. Auroch says, okay, well, awesome. Hopefully the next episode goes well. This one wasn't nearly as painful or tense as the last one. That stabbing thing was crazy, though. Yeah, it was absolutely nuts. Alright, so... okay. Things to promote. So, this archive will go up later today. Today is Friday. Saturday, I'm off. Sunday, I will be back. this upcoming Sunday, I'll be back, and I'll be streaming 7 a.m. Eastern Time to 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Or really, what I'm hoping to do is finish Banner Saga that day. I don't know if I'm close or not, but I'll take a look at that. But I think I'm getting close. I know you need to go out. So that's what I'm hoping to do. Let's see. Next week is a normal week for me. So Monday, Tuesday, 9:30 to 11. Wednesday, Katie and Joey gaming evening. That should be 8:30 to 10:30, 8:30 to 11, something like that. And then next Friday, 5:30 a.m. to 7 a.m. And also a reminder, I should be sending out an email about this today, which I know that you guys in chat are on, but just in case for those of you not, go to www.lunaticjedi.com/events. So next Saturday, starting at 7 a.m., I have my 24-hour Lunatic Jedi channel celebration. This is the opening celebration for the new channel. I will be streaming games for 24 hours, and I have what I think will be, I have like an early schedule of games. I should be playing through all of Syndicate, the new Syndicate first-person shooter that was developed by Starbreeze, I think 2 years ago. I'll be playing that on Xbox 360. I will then move on to either Mario Party or the fall. Like those Mario Party in the fall, depending on, I have to schedule some people on that. But so Syndicate, a full 50-turn game of Mario Party with 4 people. Then I'll be playing the fall, which is like an indie adventure game, which should be fun. And then I will be playing some Evolve for a few hours. I'll be playing Star Wars Rebellion, which is an awful game, and everyone should look at it. And plus, the channel's named Lunatic Jedi, so it need to play some Star Wars games. And then in the wee hours of the morning, and to close out the marathon, I will be playing through all of Outlast, which is a horror game, kind of found footagey. It's very scary, very jump scary, very cool, very really good looking game. So I'm gonna be playing that. Yeah, so that's what's going on. There should be an email coming about that. So yeah, I hope to see a bunch of people there. Spread the word about it. Let your friends know. Let anyone know that who might like the channel. It's a great chance for them to get involved and see what we do. See how we do. So yeah, and then other than that, if you miss any archives, even anything, go check out all of our videos at www.lunaticjedi.com. And if you want to be notified when those archives go up or when I go live, you can go do that at facebook.com/lunaticjedi and twitter.com/lunaticjedi. That's all I got for you today. I gotta go shower, take the dog out, and get to work. Yeah, that's all I got. I will see everyone on Sunday, hopefully. And until then, good night and good luck. Later, everybody.